We often carry anger with us, believing it is justified, believing it protects us from being hurt again. But what we fail to see in the moment is that anger can turn into regret when time runs out. As Lewis B. Smedes once said, "To forgive is to set a prisoner free and discover that the prisoner was you." But what happens when the person we couldn't forgive is already gone? The pain does not vanish, it shifts. It transforms into something heavier, something inescapable. The weight of all the unspoken words and withheld grace settles into our bones, becoming part of us. We wake up with it, carry it through the day, and lie down with it at night. There is no more anger, only the echoes of all the moments we chose pride over peace, resentment over understanding. And now, there is no way to change what has been left undone. I remember the times I could have chosen kindness, but instead I let my bitterness dictate my actions. I thought I was protecting myself. I thought I was holding them accountable. I told myself they needed to earn my forgiveness, to prove they had changed. But in reality, I was only pushing them further away. And now, I will never have the chance to tell them that none of it really mattered. Not the arguments, not the disappointments, not the flaws that seemed so unbearable at the time. We live with the consequences of our choices. Regret is not something we can undo. It lingers, reminding us that we had a chance to be better, to love harder, to let go sooner. But we didn't, and now we must learn how to carry that truth. Forgiveness does not change the past, but it does enlarge the future, wrote Paul Bose. But what happens when the future no longer includes the person we should have forgiven? We tell ourselves stories to ease the pain. Perhaps they knew we loved them. Perhaps they understood our struggles. Perhaps, in their own way, they forgave us for not forgiving them. But the truth is, we will never know. What we do know is the emptiness left behind, the silence where their voice used to be, the weight of the grace we never gave. There are always things left unsaid, moments lost to pride, and relationships fractured by misunderstandings. We hold on to resentment over disappointments, over small betrayals, over the imperfections of those we love. But in the end, it's not really about those moments. It's about the hurt beneath them, the unspoken pain, the silent expectations, the desire to be seen and understood. Perhaps they knew we loved them. Perhaps they understood our struggles. Perhaps in their own way, they forgave us for not forgiving them. But the truth is, we will never know. What we do know is the emptiness left behind, the silence where their voice used to be, the weight of the grace we never gave. Living with the failure to forgive is a quiet kind of suffering. It is learning to exist with the knowledge that we cannot go back. It is understanding that closure is now something we must find within ourselves. The pain of holding on does not fade quickly. It lingers in the spaces where memories surface, in the regrets that whisper in the quiet moments. And maybe, just maybe, the only way to make peace with our past is to choose grace in the present, to extend the forgiveness we once withheld, not for them, but for ourselves. Healing does not come all at once, but it begins with acceptance. It begins with allowing ourselves to grieve, not just the person we lost, but the relationship we wished we had with them. It comes from finding ways to honor them now, even if we failed to do so when they were here. Writing a letter to them, speaking to them in quiet moments, carrying forward the lessons they left behind. These small acts can help bridge the gap between regret and peace. Healing also comes from extending the grace we never gave to ourselves. We were human, just as they were. We made mistakes, just as they did. And just as we long for their forgiveness, we must find a way to forgive ourselves. Self-forgiveness is a process, writes Desmond Tutu. It does not happen overnight, but when it does, it sets us free. Because the regret of not giving it is heavier than all the anger you think you deserve to hold, and learning to forgive ourselves may be the only way to finally set it down. I hope this message spoke to your heart. I hope you'll find healing and comfort. Please like this video, subscribe or follow me, and share. Thank you.